Hi, hello, good morning and welcome to today's video. I mean, the title kind of says it all. I just wanted to catch up with you because somehow it is already December and I feel like I've put out like 3 videos in the past couple of months because I've had so little time for YouTube. But I've tried to at least stick to 1 video per week. I think that much I managed to achieve. I'm just going to quickly get started on the makeup because I was actually having some issues with my SD card and I'm really running late now. I'm going to start by applying my Inglot eyeshadow keeper. As usual, I actually have a little bit already on my left eye, but I had started recording and I really hope that this is going to work out now because my previous SD card has been giving me issues in the past couple of months. I formatted it once and then it was okay, but just now I was filming already and then it all of a sudden just refused to do anything. I got a notification that my memory card is busted, so I think my old memory card might be busted. And I had already prepared for this scenario because I have been having these errors with it for a couple of months, so I got a new one. The new one is now in my camera. I really hope we can get through this video. For my foundation today, I'm going to do a little bit of mixing of the Prada Reveal foundation in the shade LN5 and my NARS Light Reflecting foundation in the shade Deauville. This one is too light for me and I'm hoping to just add a little bit of this one to correct the color. But before my camera rudely interrupted me before, I was asking everyone how you survived the Black Friday / Cyber Monday sales. Did you come out on the other side unscathed or did you manage to do some significant unplanned damage? I'm just going to mix the 2 foundations on the back of my hand. I think I came out on the other side pretty okay. I'm not even sure that the few things I bought were actually within the context of Black Friday sales. I think I just found the code because I found them on Cult Beauty, so I just used a code from someone and I don't even think it was within the context of the Black Friday sales. But basically we've talked about this already several times. I had been going back and forth on purchasing one of the Charlotte Tilbury Pop Shots, which I did. I purchased the shade Cosmic Rocks and supposedly it will arrive today. So hopefully I will have it in my hands by this evening and I might even be able to film a video with it tomorrow, which I'm excited about. And I decided to forgo products from Westman Atelier for the time being because I asked for your feedback in my previous few videos and essentially the conclusion was that you guys are quite divided on Westman Atelier products. Some of you really enjoy them, some of you say that they're not really worth the money, and also that Westman Atelier is considered a clean beauty brand. So essentially I don't want to waste my time on a cream product that is from a clean beauty brand because I already had the experience. Oh, I'm taking the Sublimage concealer from Chanel, by the way, just on a little spatula. I had the experience with the Milk Makeup bronzer that it expired very quickly on me. I have the Chanel cream bronzer, which I've had since the year of 2017, and that thing is still going strong. Nothing's wrong with it. It doesn't smell, it doesn't perform weird, it's perfect. The Milk Makeup bronzer, on the other hand, within the year started to smell like crayons, and the scent just intensified over the course of the following months, and I basically at some point just tossed it because I didn't enjoy the scent being so strong. I think the actual product was still more or less okay, but the scent was so strong that it was like a clear indication that something was starting to be quite off with that bronzer. And since then I've sworn off, especially like cream products from clean beauty brands. So I've decided no Milk Makeup and no such products will be coming into my collection. And as soon as you guys said that Westman Atelier belongs into that category, I could not have hopped off that train faster. So I decided in the end to go for somewhat of a safer choice and a product that I've been very curious about already for years, but I've never... But I'll tell you what it is, it's not really a big secret. I purchased one of the new Hourglass face palettes. The one with the 6 powders that have been so iconic already for quite a while. I'm going to quickly set the foundation with also the Prada Reset Setting Powder. We're going to use quite a few Prada makeup products today, by the way. And what was I talking about? Oh yeah, we're talking about the Hourglass palettes. So they've been all the rage pretty much every holiday season over the past couple of years. And I've never purchased one for a variety of reasons. First of all, I can't say that I'm really a face palette kind of gal. I have exactly 2 face palettes in my collection currently, and I already think they might be too much. However, I do very much like the powder, like that beautiful baked powder formula of Hourglass. I've penned quite a few of their ambient lighting powders. In fact, I now have a full size of my favorite one. This is Dim Light, and I have started to use it occasionally. I'm going to quickly do my brows with the 24-hour brow setter by Benefit. And I do have a mini of their diffuse bronze light, and I really enjoy the formula of that bronzer. It's just such a gorgeous, you know, powder. It looks so stunning, smooth, seamless. You know, it just basically looks like a filter on your skin. But I don't have any of their blushes, and I've been hesitating for a long time getting one of these palettes because I've never seen a combination that seemed quite perfect. I think Tiger Eye from one of the previous years came really close to coming home with me, but I never really pulled the trigger. And I talked myself out of it eventually, because my problem with these palettes is always not so much the size of the pans. I don't have a problem with the size of the pans. I know that's an issue for a lot of people. What are the odds that all the 6 powders are going to work really well for you? Like the bronzer, the blush, the highlighter, and they're so inconsistent with how many of each product they include in these palettes. They have palettes with a couple of ambient lighting powders and no bronzer, and just blush and highlighter, or 2 bronzers, and you know, it's very inconsistent, which also annoys me. Like, stick to a certain number, like 1 ambient lighting powder, 1 bronzer, 4 blushes, perfect. Or like 3 blushes, 1 strobe highlighter, whatever. But they're very inconsistent with that, so you also have to be very careful and always check exactly what is in each palette. Of course, they are meant for different depths of skin tone, so it's not like, I mean, I could probably pull off most of them, because with a light hand you can use the brighter, you know, more vibrant colors that are meant for deeper skin tones. But previous years I've never, you know, been able to convince myself that I want one, and I don't really know why I decided that this is the year that I finally need a holiday palette from Hourglass. I think I just finally reached the stage where I'm extremely curious. And also, I think finally they're giving me a palette where I feel like I can use most of the powders, or at least that's the hope. To bronze today, I'm going to take the beautiful bronzing brick from Victoria Beckham in the shade 2, and I am just going to like mix the 2 powders on my brush. So I bought the shade of the palette Evil Eye because they have 3 this year. I don't know the other ones, to be honest with you. The name of the one that I bought is Evil Eye, and it has 1 bronzer, 1 ambient lighting powder, 3 blushes, and a strobe highlighter powder. And the strobe highlighter powder looks like it will probably be too deep for me, and I will be using it more as a blush or as a blush mixer. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to use the ambient lighting powder as a mixer for some of the blush shades to tone them down, because some of them are a little bit more on like the vibrant pink side, which is not exactly my vibe. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, if they put 3 different shades of blushes in there, again, what are the odds that all 3 are going to work for your skin tone? I love this bronzer. For blush today, I'm going to take the Armani Luminous Silk Blush in the shade 10, which is this gorgeous nude beige peachy color. So, you know what? We're going to find out. It's too late now. I purchased the palette, and I really hope that I didn't screw myself over, or at the very least that I will prove myself wrong and I will really enjoy the palette. I know the powders will be really good because I know how these powders perform on the face. They're truly flawless. The question is whether the color selection is going to be such that I can use all of the powders. I have to say, I don't know that I've used the Prada Reveal Foundation together with the Prada Reset Setting Powder together before, and I'm just realizing what a beautiful combination the 2 products make. I mean, they're from the same makeup line, so they're probably meant to work really well together. But you have no idea how silky smooth my skin is looking right now. I don't know whether it's coming across on camera. Just gorgeous. To highlight, I'm going to take the CE Transforming Highlighter from Lancome in the shade Medium Glow. It's been a while since I've used this highlighter as well. Basically, today I'm using a bunch of, you know, old and new favorites that I feel like I haven't really given enough love to lately. So this makeup look is going to have no rhyme or reason. It's not like makeup favorites or anything. This will be the most random chatty get ready video you have ever, you know, heard. I'm going to melt all the powders on my face and set them a bit with a little bit of Fix Plus by MAC, which I will spritz on my sponge here, and then we can get started on the eye look. Okay, for the eye look, I'm first going to dip into the Signature Quad, this little eyeshadow palette here from Victoria Beckham Beauty. The most basic thing you can ever imagine, but I absolutely love that thing to bits, especially in the winter. And I'm going to essentially dip my brush here into the lightest two shades, and I'm going to use those as my transition. Oh, something else that I forgot to mention that also is not a Black Friday purchase. It is purchase that I've been considering for a while, but I didn't want to buy the product full price, and I found myself in a very advantageous situation where I found the product on Vinted for almost half price. And the product in question is one of the cream quads from Tom Ford. I purchased the shade Rose Topaz. I've been very curious about the new cream formula from Tom Ford. It's not a new formula, it's been out for like at least 2 years now, but I have not tried it yet, and I'm really curious about it, especially because I want to compare it to, similar feeling formulas like my beloved Lancome, or, the one from Prada that we're going to use in a little bit. All of those are in the category for me in like cream powder formulas. I'm going to just now dip into this one and then a tiny bit into the like mid-tone brown to just lightly intensify here in the actual crease. I love this quad because of how you can like mix and match the colors. Just love it. I bought this quad I think 2 years ago, and I have not looked back. The colors are very like neutral to slightly cool leaning. The formula is very silky on the lids. It is a true powder formula, but it is just such a good, flattering, easy to work with formula. Anyway, I was talking about Rose Topaz. So I found Rose Topaz on Vinted for like 47 euros, and I bought it real quick. It should arrive probably at some point next week. I'm going to now mix this shade and the deepest brown here, sort of like, in between the two, to intensify my outer corners here. So I'm very curious about that as well. So yeah, I've purchased a few things, but nothing too crazy. I was tempted, by all the sales, especially the local stores here, Easy Putty and Douglas, and especially Easy Putty were having 30% off of everything, and trust me, it was really difficult not to purchase things that I don't need. So I put things in my cart a few times, and then I looked at my cart and I thought, Mariam, you're being dumb, you don't need these things. So in the end I didn't purchase anything from the local stores here. So I'm actually quite, happy with how things went. I think I could have done a lot more damage. But in the end, I stuck to products that I've really been curious about for a while. So they were, calculated purchases and not like impulsive just because it's on sale. That's my, the biggest thing that I absolutely hate about Black Friday and Cyber Monday and these like holiday sales is that people are so prone to buying things just because they are on sale and not because they actually want them or need them. And trust me, if you buy something just because it's on sale, you're not going to love it. I'm grabbing a flat shader brush and I'm going to take this quad from Prada, which I think is in the shade Pulse, but like don't quote me on it. And I'm going to sort of like mix the two browny shades. So this one is more like a satin taupey brown, and this one is more like a silvery shimmery brown. And I'm just going to mix them on my brush and I'm going to apply them as my lid shade here. We're just going for a beautiful cool toned smoky eye today. That's really the name of the game. So what did you guys purchase this holiday season? I am very curious. Did you overspend, or did you make a few calculated purchases, things that you've been planning to buy already for a while? There's no judging here. Whatever you bought, you bought. I hope you're happy with it, but I'm really curious what you bought. So let me know in the comment section. I'm going to clean off my flat shader brush and I'm going to go back into the Signature Quad now, and I'm going to mix these two shades again to put on my lower lashes, and then we're going to think about the inner corner because I feel like it's time for an inner corner pop of color, but I have to decide which one. I'm going to apply first a little bit of this Kiko eyeshadow stick. It's just in like a neutral beige color because I want the inner corner to stick really well. I've chosen something quite sparkly, which I would like to give something a bit creamy and tacky to stick to. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of this, And then I'm going to once again clean off that flat shader brush, and I'm going to grab Moonstone Glow, which is the holiday palette from Bobbi Brown from last year, which also contains this beautiful baked gelée formula. And I am going to mix the shades Lunar and this one here with the purple iridescent sparkle, which I can never remember, the shade Mystic. And I'm going to apply that as my inner corner highlight, and I think that's really going to pop. I might take a few of those sparkles also over top of the taupe from Prada, but most of all I want my inner corners to be beautiful, iridescent and slightly sparkly. Well, not slightly sparkly, quite sparkly. Okay, now I'm just going to use my finger, and I'm going to take a little bit of this shade here, and I'm going to just press a few loose flakes, and I'm talking really just a few, like absolute tiniest bit, because I actually really like the tone of that taupe eyeshadow from the Prada quad. I don't necessarily want to cover that with another shade or with glitter. I just want to have a few of those loose sparkles under artificial lighting for some extra dimension. I just want to show you how those few sparkles from the Bobbi Brown shade are going to translate under artificial lighting. As you can see, there's also a little bit of sparkle coming from the actual shades from Prada. So it is subtle, but it is very, very pretty. I really love how this look turned out, you guys. It is super neutral, but I absolutely love everything about it. I paired it with one of my Prada lipsticks. This is the Soft Matte in the shade Sedona, which is this gorgeous, like rosy, like sort of like a neutral rosy brownie shade. I don't really know how to describe it. I really like the color, but I always have such a hard time describing it. I'm very excited to receive my Hourglass palette and the Cosmic Rocks eyeshadow from Charlotte Tilbury, so of course I'm going to come back ASAP to show you what they are like. And I've also been thinking that I would like to do like 10 days of Pat McGrath Labs, and I'm going to go through each of the motherships and do a look with each of the motherships in 10 consecutive days. I think I'm going to stick to maybe either like only the face makeup and the eye look, or just only the eye look, so that they're, you know, somewhat shorter videos and somewhat easier for me to film. But I'm curious what you think about this idea, because you've seen so much content from me with these mothership palettes that maybe you're like, well, do you really have anything new to show us? And to be honest with you, I have some doubts about that too. Can I really come up with new looks, because I've done so many looks with these mothership palettes? There's no guarantee that some of them will not be repeats, but I feel like I haven't really like talked or given a lot of love to my motherships lately. Like, I use them and they are featured of course heavily in my pet pairing videos, but I feel like just like sole focus on my motherships, it's been a while since I've done that. So I was just curious, what do you guys think about this idea? Is this something you would be interested in? Anyway, let me know what you thought about this look. Do let me know what kind of damage you did with the Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales. As usual, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!